Hey there, welcome back. It's time for more West of Loathing. I think this might even be the last episode. Ooh. So we need to help Mrs. Gunn move on. But before that, there's a couple of last employees that I can free. Let's see, where was it? Oh yeah, the gallery. So for the gallery one, there's T's, ats, tats, stats. Statues, 3. Wait a minute. The stats plaque said there were only 3 statues in here. You peer closely at the statues until you find the one that you're pretty sure is just a guy covered in flour. Hey buddy, what are you doing? ... Look, I'm 95% certain you're a real person, not a statue. What are you up to? I'm a statue, go away. Okay, now I'm 99% sure. Go away. What's your name? Paul, go away. Hi, Paul. I'm Emmy. What are you doing? I'm pretending to be a statue so the ghost won't get me. Go away, you'll blow my cover. Oh, I already took care of that. Oh, thank God. I've got to go wash this flour off and get back to work. But first, he starts frantically scratching every part of his body. Man, feels like I've been saving up these itches for days. I was about to go crazy. Thanks, Emmy. You're a lifesaver. No problemo. Come see me at the visitor center. I'll hook you up with a souvenir photograph. Paul wanders off, still scratching. See ya. Okay. And there's one more that I forgot about. All the way on the first floor. So in the dining room, there was a ghost being served food. But I forgot to free the guy who was serving the food. Thank you so much for dealing with that ghost. I'm exhausted. What were you even doing? He kept demanding ghost food, but I don't really know how to cook, except for like nachos and popcorn. Just the regular kind, not ghost nachos and popcorn. But he was really insistent, so I figured ghost food is probably invisible, right? So I just pretended and gave him empty plates. I guess it worked, even though that don't really make any sense. Huh. Anyway, thanks again. I work at the snack bar in the visitor center, so I'll see you around there. Okay, see you later. I think that was the last one, but let's go check the visitor center. Okay. Visitor center. I think that's all of them now. Okay. Yay! And they sell things. Thanks to you, the snack counter is now staffed. See what's for sale. And you can buy these consumable items to boost your stats. Candy? Do some shopping. And these can also boost your stats. Souvenirs? The guy from the bar cart is leaning heavily against a display of shot glasses with different names etched onto them. A sign on the display reads, Personalized shot glasses, 1,300 meat. The guy picks up a bottle stashed behind the display and fills a shot glass labeled Howdy. Is that your name, Howdy? The guy squints at the shot glass. Sure. Knocks back the shot and tosses the glass over his shoulder before picking up and filling another one. Now it's Squint Roy. Okay. Oh. Thanks again for your help. What an ordeal. No problem. How's the itching? More or less better. I mean, hygiene is what it is in this day and age, you know? You nod. Would you like a souvenir photograph? It's only 200 meat. Sure. Gun Manor photo. Huh. This is a souvenir photograph of Gun Manor. Looking at it reminds you of the time you visited Gun Manor and bought a photograph of it. Wait a second. This is a photograph of the house. Yep, an official Gun Manor souvenir photo. Why'd you take a picture of me then? Oh, that's just for our records. Okay. How suspicious. Alright. Let's see. The photograph is of a young Mrs. Gunn smiling as she accepts a fancy trophy from a man in a suit. The frowning man wearing a lab coat is standing behind her. The plaque reads, Terry Gunn and Assistant, accepting the 1869 Why Didn't We Think of That Award for Excellence in Inventing from the National Academy of Profitable Sciences. Okay. Do 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 do. All right. Let's see. Was it third floor? Do 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 do. Okay, there was a diary in one of these rooms, but I can't remember if I actually read the diary. Did I? Probably. Yeah, well, there might be a portal to a magical fantasy realm in the back or something. I mean, you never know. Oh, we don't find any magical portals. Darn, but you do find a diary. You flip through it, but there's nothing of particular interest except an entry about how the author was excited to leave for sleepaway camp the next day with her sisters. Now she was thankful to someone called Uncle Chet for getting the tickets, since it was gloomy around the manor ever since her father went missing. That's the last entry. Ooh. Okay. I forget. Can we now ask her about Chet? Hopefully soon. I guess not. Break in case of attic. Okay. So, to get to the attic, go to the billiards room with the spittoon that makes me sad. Okay. There's a trapdoor in the ceiling here. You just happen to have the stick for opening it. Attic opening stick. How useful. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Old hats. Old hats. Thought I remember there being more science doohickeys up here. Hey, who the heck are you? I'm Emmy McGee, but since I'm not the guy who's apparently hiding out in Mrs. Gunn's attic, I feel like you ought to be the one answering that question. Who am I? Well, that's just friggin' typical. I'm Chet Bullet, damn it. Am I supposed to have heard that name before? Yes, you damn well should have. Mrs. Gunn's invention would have been nothing without mine. Wait, let me guess. You invented the bullet? Phew, I thought for sure you were going to say belt buckle again. Oh shoot, now I want to change my guess. You're damn right I invented the bullet, but I was her assistant, so did I get any credit? Hell no. Sounds like you've got an axe to grind. Not for much longer, heh. Aw, jeez. Yeah, looks like we found the bad guy. Okay, Chet, go ahead and tell us the details of your whole nefarious plan. I don't care much for your tone. Why should I tell you anything? Well, I could just set you on fire with my mind, but I prefer words to incoherent screaming. Well, it's too late for you to stop me anyway, so I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Certainly not as much as not telling you would. When Mrs. Gunn dies, control of the company and patents passes to me. I'm no murderer, mind you. I like to keep my hands clean, heh. But I figured there might be some other people who'd have a bone to pick with her, considering their manner of death. You summoned all these ghosts? That's right. All it took was some basic seance equipment, wired up to the house's belfry for amplification. A snap for a mechanical genius like me. But seance gear summons ghosts related to the summoner. That's the whole point of a medium. A person who knows how to direct the summoning on someone else's behalf. So you get to talk to your own grandma instead of the summoners. You don't seem like the medium type to me. More like a small, But that does explain something I've been wondering about. Oh? Didn't make any sense for all the ghosts here to be haunting Mrs. Gunn. Because some of them weren't killed by guns, but they were all killed by bullets. Naturally, I anticipated there'd be a couple of those. That's why I rigged this room with an anti-ghost field, which I cleverly boosted so that ghosts couldn't even sense me up here. So your plan was... to summon a bunch of angry ghosts who would initially be looking for you, but would haunt Mrs. Gunn instead when they couldn't find you? Correct. Once they've haunted her to death, Gun Industries will all be mine. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Mrs. Gunn is dead. On the bright side, she's been dead for a year, so you pretty much wasted your time. What, really? Haha, I'm rich. Now I just need to get out of here with all those ghosts spotting me. Yeah, the ghosts are gone too. So you're pretty much in the clear. Wonderful. The anti-ghost field is pretty effective, but it was starting to make the back part of my brain itch. He flips a switch on an electrical device. You suddenly become aware of the absence of an extremely low-frequency hum right on the edge of your hearing. There's something else I want to ask about. Ask away. What happened to Mrs. Gunn's family? Oh, them. They've been out of the picture for years. I heard a rumor Dan got killed by desperados and buried in a shallow grave out in the backside of nowhere. But of course I wouldn't actually know anything about that. Lucky for me, since I couldn't have inherited the company with him around, or their daughters. You son of a... Relax, the girls are fine. I'm not a monster. I'm pretty sure you're a monster. Ooh, there's a weird little island kingdom somewhere on the other side of the ocean. Apparently it's stuck in some kind of bizarre temporal field that keeps nearly anyone from entering or leaving. Can't even find the place if you don't know how. Fortunately, I know a guy who knows how, so I give the girls free tickets to sleepaway camp. Wasn't that nice of me? You're an absolute bastard. Aw, that hurts my feelings. Fortunately, I'm about to have a whole lot of money to console myself with. So, the first game was called Kingdom of Loathing, and that's the little hidden island kingdom. Ooh. So, wouldn't it be cool if there was an update to that game at some point and they added in Mrs. Gunn's daughters? That'd be really cool. Why, you? Hold on. We should talk to Mrs. Gunn first before you tear this ass a new hole. Huh? I thought you said she was dead. Depending on what she says, you might be too. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk to Mrs. Gunn. Yeah, I have good news and bad news. Come on, I'm ready. Chet Bullet had your husband killed and your daughters kidnapped, so he'd be the sole inheritor of your company when you died. He's also the reason all the ghosts were here. That son of a... I should have suspected something when he suddenly started being so ingratiating back then. When he wrote off desperados on his expense account. I'd write him out of my will, but I suppose it's too late. That's rather galling. What's the good news? He says your daughters are safe. They're just on a magical island somewhere that nobody can get to. It's not exactly comforting, but at this point I'll take it. Plainly, if he'd wanted to kill them, he'd just done so. Wait, you spoke to him personally? Yeah. He didn't know you were already dead, so he's been hiding in your attic for the last couple days, waiting for the ghost to kill you. What do you want me to do with him? I'll leave it up to you. I'm not in a state to make any reasoned judgment. In any case, you've answered my question, and I can feel myself moving on already. Thank you for all your help. With a sad wave, Mrs. Gunn fades from view. Then, almost as an afterthought, the lock on her desk drawer pops open. Inside, you find a check written out to Cunningham Ghost Annihilation Services, which Flo snags with a cha-ching and a blueprint. Mrs. Gunn's blueprint. This blueprint represents what would have been the crowning achievement of Mrs. Gunn's career if she hadn't died before actually getting it into production. Alrighty. I can make that. Alright. maybe I'll do that first, and then I'll deal with Chet in one way or another. Make Mrs. Gunn's opus. Da 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 da. Ooh, this is the best gun Mrs. Gunn never got the chance to make. He vowed to commit so much violence in her name. Ooh. From what I heard, the damage on this gun doesn't scale with your level. So if you're playing through the DLC as an earlier level character, like a starting character, this gun is the best that you can get. That's pretty cool. Alright. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. I'm surprised that Chet just kind of waits there for us. But I'm not complaining. Alright. I'm not done with you yet. Wait here. Holy cow, there's some really big bells hanging above you. This house has the biggest bells of them all. Ooh, science doohickeys. Maybe I'll give those to Flo first. I found something for you. Sciencey junk. Beta blast. Nice. Alright. So we can... looks like maybe it operates the large bells hanging above you. Ring the bells. Okay. So, what's a 3-letter word that we've seen consistently in this DLC? Boo. Woohoo! As the eerie sound of the bells fades away, ethereal outlines begin to appear around you and resolve one at a time into familiar spirits. Monsieur l'Ardeste, then the lady who was running the boo and breakfast, and the librarian. You know, you really didn't get very many of their names. Maybe you should be better about introducing yourself to people. Anyway, you're soon surrounded by a small crowd of ghosts, with Mrs. Gunn being the last to arrive. This is the bell tower of my house, Sammy. What happened? Yeah, nice to see you again, but what's up, counselor? I suppose you're all wondering why I have summoned you here today. I did just ask you that, yes. Well, I've come into some information that I think you all might be interested in. This won't take long, will it? I need to get back to the afterlife. What's the hurry? They've got an all-you-can-eat buffet with every kind of meat in nugget form. Oh my gosh. You unholster your pistol and slowly put it against your temple. Can't get there that way, you dummy. Rats. You put the gun away again. Anyway, let me explain. Felicity, how did you feel when you got here? Originally, I mean. Well, I remember being very angry. I wanted revenge for my death, but the feeling went away pretty quickly. I couldn't remember why I'd felt like that. I'm not the vengeful type. Doesn't even really make sense in your case. Yes, exactly. I never bore any ill will towards the prosecutor that shot me. Was it basically the same for the rest of you? Just like that, yes. Myself as well. Me too. Thought so. Well, here's the deal. You were all summoned for the explicit purpose of taking revenge on Mrs. Gunn here. Attends, I was not killed by Le Gun. I wasn't either. Yeah, some of you weren't. The summoning happened based on your connection to the summoner himself, Chet Bullet, inventor of the bullet. But he was hiding with anti-ghost technology, and assumed that enough of your deaths would be gun-related, that you'd turn your attention to Mrs. Gunn instead. Well, that's just dirty pool, and I should know considering I got shot for playing dirty pool. Thing is, he didn't know that Mrs. Gunn was already a ghost, so for nobody to take revenge on, you all just reverted to your regular state of mind. Huh. Well, I appreciate the info, but was it really necessary to call us all back just to tell us that? What I really want to tell you is that Chet Bullet has turned off his anti-ghost field. He's over there at the other end of the attic. ... Now, I'm not going to make any noise about how he's ultimately responsible for all your deaths, because that would be both crazy and also belittle the actual circumstances of your deaths. But Chet Bullet murdered Mrs. Gunn's husband, kidnapped her daughters, and attempted to use you all to kill Mrs. Gunn herself. So if y'all are interested in a little frontier justice, 13 is a pretty good number for a posse. Hehe. The ghosts all turn to look at each other, and their eyes begin to glow red. The hunter is the first to leave the circle, closely followed by the poacher. Soon they've all left except for Felicity, Wainwright, and Mrs. Gunn. Mrs. Gunn looks hesitant for a moment, and seems to make up her mind. She gives you a stern nod and follows the others. You turn away, and soon hear a man screaming, but the sound quickly decreases in volume, as though he were being pulled a great distance away. Then it's gone entirely. I figured you wouldn't be into it, Felicity. Yeah, despite everything, I still believe in the rule of law. Didn't see you trying to stop them, though. Nope. No, you certainly didn't. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Happy trails, counselor. You too, counselor. She fades away with a wink. All's well that ends well. Woo! Yay! Well, that's it. You reckon that your careful recon of the situation has brought some true reckoning to Gun Manor. Congratulations on getting the best ending. Yay! Feel free to wander around the grounds and enjoy the scenery. Maybe wrap up some loose ends. But otherwise, you're pretty much done here. Yay! We did it. We did it. There's just a weird black scorch mark on the floor where Chet was standing. We did it, team. We did it. Thanks. Yeah. We did it. Hooray. There was a reckoning at Gun Manor. Hee. Thank you so much for playing this with me. Woohoo! I hope y'all enjoyed this game. I love it. There's still like a couple bits and bobs to do here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty much done. So, next I will be playing my Shizumi Skyrim playthrough. I need just a little bit more time to tinker with it and make sure that she's ready for the next series. But yeah, that'll be soon-ish. Yay! Let me know in the comments what you thought of West of Loathing. Did you enjoy it? Hooray. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very comfy night. Bye!